Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Not even a problem. All right. Game 2 of Flash versus Shine. This one's going to be on Circuit Breaker. See if Shine tries his bag of builds a little bit more, or if he might try to play a little bit standard. Honestly, I think that Shine's mechanics are good enough that he could play an upfront game versus Flash, but he just hasn't really. I feel like he sometimes maybe gets a little bit too tricky for his own good, and we saw that in the last game. Maybe focusing a little bit too heavily on saving up a lot of his money and going for clever builds and things like that, that a lot of times he forgot to macro, and we saw that, for instance, he forgot to build that Overlord at 35 of 35 supply for like almost a full minute. It was absolutely brutal. But Flash is looking completely unstoppable. I mean, Flash always looks unstoppable. What am I even saying? Like, what's even so surprising about that? Flash is just absolutely insane. So, Overlord Scout going to be going down here to that lower left-hand base. Shine scouting in the correct position, going to have a really nice read on his opponent. And Flash is probably going to hope to catch the Overlord on the way out with the Scout. Maybe not, actually sending it a little bit earlier than you would usually do if you wanted to catch the Overlord Scout on the way out. In this case, looks like he's going to be just scouting, luckily, maybe in the right? No, he's going to go in the wrong direction. So it's going to be a while before Flash actually gets information on his opponent, which is always a great thing for Shine. Yu Young Han, very, very good at hiding lots of information from his opponents. So far, Shine hasn't really seen anything. He's going to have to scout all the way down to the bottom right with that drone as well, which is a little bit annoying. But the Overlord is just going to be hanging over there by that ledge just in case his opponent actually isn't there. And again, the 13 pull coming out from Shine. Shine really doesn't care too much to play super safe versus Flash, which is a little bit surprising. Maybe he's very comfortable with his micro. But both players just going for that standard opening that we've come to know and love in TVP. It's the gasless fast expansion versus triple hatch into lair. Pretty normal stuff. Yeah, it's going down for Shine. And so he's probably going to be heading into that lair pretty soon. Circuit Breaker is one of those interesting maps that I think has become the more standard of all the maps. It used to be that Fighting Spirit was known as the standard, but it's a little bit too small for Zerg players especially. They have a lot of trouble with quick pushes that come across the map. They really need a lot of time to delay and drone up. So this map has kind of replaced that. There's also slightly more bases on this map with those mineral onlys. So it's a little bit easier for you to get up a few more bases. Even if you don't have a lot of gas, you can still get up more mining, more mineral mining, and that helps you out a lot. So there's a lot of really good things to this map. Also, that large ramp leading down into the third is fantastic. Oh wow, beautiful play by Shine actually capturing this SCV, but Flash just mineral walks through the lings. He's going to be able to send that SCV home. Probably going to be sending out another SCV scout to take its place soon. Oh, maybe he's going to go back into the main with that one. This is what Shine is so good about doing. He's just amazing at putting on pressure and preventing scouting from his opponent. He's going to go up to a full control group of lings very early on. It's going to allow him to basically have full center map control right now. He's going to scout up here. Going to be a little bit surprised that there are no Marines in the natural. But now Flash is moving out. It's the +1 5 racks coming out from Flash, so the absolute standard for Flash. This is what Flash absolutely loves, and actually this is a ton of lings. I think this might be a timing coming out from Shine. He's going to be trying to blast in here with ling speed, but I don't know, Flash is already pretty well prepared for this. He's got the bunker going up, he's moved his SCVs out of the mineral line, and I think he's pretty well safe from this. It's not going to take any damage at all. Now that this bunker is finished, he's got a small SCV wall, and can send a couple of Lings over here just to be annoying. So beautiful stuff from Flash, just being able to completely annihilate his opponent. If this were StarCraft 2, like, you just make Banelings and YOLO swag in anyway, but since this is StarCraft 1, we can't quite do that. It's going to be the Spire coming out from Shine. His natural gas is a little bit late because he spent so much money on these Lings, so his Mutalisks are going to be coming out just a little bit late. That was actually a pretty nice snipe there, getting that one SCV in exchange for only one Ling. Pretty nice snipe there. He's going to be able to snipe another one for only one Ling, 2 Lings. Still a solid trade for Shine there. Did a really good job. So both players are more or less even. To some degree, Shine is a little bit behind because he invested so much into these Lings for minimal pressure. But he should be okay. You still need the Lings for your mid-game army, so this isn't the end of the world. But these Lings are going to be able to do a whole bunch versus this push that's coming out, and it's going to be a while before Shine can actually take his third base. He's going to have to be very, very patient with that and just try to delay for as long as possible with these Lings, potentially threatening run-bys and things like that. So as you can see, the gas is a little bit low for Shine. He only had 800 gas. He didn't have the 900 gas to blast out 9 Mutalisks right away. So it's going to be a while before he actually reaches the critical mass of 11 Mutalisks. He's going to have to take it a little bit slower until then. He's actually already sent out a drone to take the third base. It looks like he's going to be taking that very early, since he has a little bit of excess minerals. Not a bad idea if you have the extra minerals, but it's very hard to hold off this first push. So Lings are just going to do a little bit of a run around, try to be cute, and the Mutalisks are going to come out quite early. Does Shine actually have any defense back at home? It looks like he's only just now putting down his Sunkens, which could be very dangerous to him. He's going to be trying to look for angles on these medics, especially because if you can snipe the medics, that's really a big deal, and using this bridge as a choke is really, really good for him. He's actually going to look for an angle to actually engage on top of this army, but it's really hard to do with this one fire bat. You can't really get on top of them with a lot of Lings, or else they just melt instantly. Flash doing a really fantastic job of just being on top of this, but he has used a lot of stems, so this medic energy is going to be running a little bit low over time. Good snipes! Wow, this is beautiful play coming out from Shine. His Mutalisk play is actually pretty insane. It's much better than we see from Jadon these days, which is surprising to say, but it is true. He's still trying to look for a good angle. He really wants to get on top of these medics. If you can kill off the medics, the rest of the army is much, much weaker, but he's going to go for 2 subgroups of Lings and this group of Mutalisks. He's actually skipped entirely over Lurkers. He's really hoping to completely annihilate this group in the middle of the map before it actually does any damage, but he's got to get over to that bridge. If he can start using the choke of that bridge to Mutalisk micro, he can be in a pretty good spot. Flash is doing such a good job of bunching up his units. They're so hard to actually get to. Is he going to be able to get the fire bat? Oh, that's a huge win for him. Now these Lings have a much stronger force, but he's allowed Flash to combine armies over here, and this is absolutely, this is terrible for him. There's no way he's going to be able to defend this. He's going to try to defend with just Mutalisks on this bridge and maybe Mutalisks on the ramp, but this is so hard to do in comparison. Does he have the Lurker egg block on the ramp? Doesn't look like he has it quite yet. He's trying to wait for a little bit longer, but the Lurker isn't quite done. He's going to lose that, and these units are all the way up into this high ground. It's going to be so hard to break this. He did manage to kill off a lot of them with his Mutalisks. Maybe he can continue to do that, but it's going to be a cost-efficient trade going up this ramp no matter what he does. Oh, taking tons of damage on those Mutalisks. That is pretty brutal. You really need to have those Lurkers on top of this ramp. Luckily behind this he is getting his hives, so he's not in too bad a shape, but it's much harder for him to actually break up this ramp. Finally going in for all of it. This is going to be a little bit inefficient, but he has managed to pick off all the rest of the Marines before Flash got the rest of his army up there. So beautifully played by Shine. He's actually going to save that third base. Beautiful stuff. It's still not saturated though. He really needs to get a couple of drones over there, and instead he's actually just going to go on the offensive with these first couple Lurkers. This is crazy. Flash going into that SK Terran side with a double starport. He's going to have tons of map pressure. Oh my gosh, those lurkers boring so late, and so many Mutalisks lost there. Despite all that beautiful play coming out from Shine earlier in the game, the Mutalisks doing a really poor job of keeping them alive there. Now he's got to be worried about drop play coming in. He's got to make Scourge. He's got to make sure he's got that third base saturated and get more lurkers out, but he has no drones. This is so bad. The drone count for Shine is actually horrendous right now. He's just trying to catch up in the drone count. Actually, making a second Defiler den. I wonder if he meant to do this or if this was a mistake. Looks like it was a mistake, definitely. He needs to get those Evo chambers up and start getting lots of upgrades up. That's going to allow him to actually start going even with the Terran player as we get further into this game. Finally, that Nidus Canal is done, but the army forces from Flash are starting to get pretty scary, and the drop defense is going to have to be really good from Shine. Right now, he's just kind of patrolling around the map, trying to get some vision, but here come the first 2 science vessels. Usually, it's 2 science vessels followed up with 2 to 4 dropships. We're going to have to see what Flash is going to do. Some other Zerg players, like Jadong and Larva, will sometimes send out some early Scourge to try to snipe these science vessels as they're moving out across the map, but it's not going to be the case here. It's going to be hard defense over here by this third base. It's going to have to rely heavily on getting these lurkers and some defilers out. Where are the defilers? The defilers need to be out on the map right now, and he might actually just have to see control of this ramp very quickly. Those might be stacked lurkers. Stacked lurkers are very strong. Oh my gosh, the Scourge come in. Are they going to be able to snipe it? No. Beautiful positioning by Flash on top of that. Going to be able to slow this down. But luckily, a couple more lurkers getting in position. It's going to be hard to actually break up this ramp anytime soon with only the 2 irradiates. But it's not going to be too much of a problem with the dropships that might be following up from Flash. Finally getting those defilers out. Going to be able to hold this well and be able to push this back, but this has been a very tense moment for Shine. You know what, Flash is going to be taking his third base behind this as well. This is a really scary position as a Zerg player. He's doing a really good job of denying any outer bases, denying Flash from going too crazy on the expansions, but actually Shine decided to go for a very aggressive build, try to move out into the center of the map, put pressure on the natural. It was scouted up by Flash. Flash killed off that Defiler, so Flash is in a pretty fantastic spot. These League's going to be able to kill off an SCB that's trying to aggressively expand, and maybe trying to go down here and get a little bit of information down there. Meanwhile, Shine really has to get that 4th base up. As Flash is getting this huge number of units up, it's going to be really important to get that 4th base up so he can start blasting out the Ultras. Here comes a very nice push from Flash, but not going to be able to get underneath that Dark Swarm for right now. Right now, Shiny's going to be safe, but I'm really worried about the dropship pressure that's going to be coming soon. Shine has to be on top of his dropship play, on top of his drop defense, or else he's going to be absolutely destroyed. But beautiful job right now, just cutting in with all these units, finding a gap in the map that Flash didn't actually see. So he's going to be able to go straight into this third base and potentially threaten it and kill it off. This is actually a really big deal. Dropships coming up to over here. Oh my gosh, no more defilers or lurkers. Shine, where are your units? Maybe playing again too cute and too aggressively over here. Doesn't have, he's too focused on the defense over here, and there's nothing to defend these dropships coming in right now. They're going to be able to drop for free on this high ground, and nothing to actually stop them. This is so bad for Shine right now. Oh, Good Plague coming down, going to make these units a little bit weaker. But it's still so difficult for Shine right now. And units actually pushing straight up over the ramp. They don't even care that there's a lurker here. Lurker not underneath the swarm. And this is the third base broken. Flash just doing an incredible job of just putting so much pressure on his opponent. And Shine maybe just getting a little too cute for his own good. He's going to be able to slowly eventually pick this off and kill it off, but this has been a really rough defense for him. Oh gosh, so many drones lost, so many difficulties actually holding the space, and Flash, funnily enough, is still mining from the space, just transfers everything over to the left side. Shine really needs that fourth base up pretty soon though. If Shine doesn't get a fourth base up, he's not going to have enough gas, and wow, Flash going heavily into the SK Terran. This is not going to be a transition into mech, this is just going to be non-stop pressure. Actually not going for the quadruple dropship, instead he's just going to be going for tons and tons of frontal pressure with all of these science vessels. Finally, it looks like there might actually be a little bit better pressure over here. Good Plague, unfortunately, does go down on top of these units. There is a small cloud over here, but the Lings aren't underneath it. And oh, he's even gonna eraser trick just to make sure there's nothing over there to defend. Actually, a eraser trick coming all the way down over here, but there are Scourge in position to deal with it. Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. And just completely falling apart is Shine. Shine's not able to get this fourth base up again. A good play coming down on top of those Marines is going to be easy to clean up with future Zerglings, but this cloud is going to eventually wear off, and the Science Vessels are still alive, still doing damage to that base over there. Just Shine hasn't been able to do that. Oh, beautiful stuff. Actually kills off quite a few of those Marines that walk underneath the swarm. That was a bit of a mistake. And behind this, Shine has been able to delay the space for quite a while, but finally it is going to get up. Shine, not realizing they had a group of Lings over there, could have actually killed off that entire force and forced Flash to reset. Now Flash looks like he might be going into the mech switch, but it is coming out quite late in the game. Honestly, at this point, he's done so much damage, he could get away with just continually doing what he was doing before. A couple of fire bats being added onto this as well. Shine managing to push this back for now, but looks like Flash has actually set his sights on this other side of the map, looking to maybe do some damage over here. There's just not enough lurkers out on the map for Shine, and I wonder why he's just not spending his money all that well. Another really good play, but I'm pretty sure these are already quite low to begin with. Good job finally getting up that last swarm before that Defiler goes out. He's going to be able to actually save a lot of these units, but there's still at least one fire bat over here, which is going to be doing a lot of damage. At least two fire bats, it looks like. Scourge are going to come in here and snipe off a couple of Science Vessels, but there's just too much on the ground. Even with the Dark Swarms, these two fire bats are just too strong. And Flash has already got his fifth base up going as well. Still no fourth base coming out from our Zerg player, just only now going down in that top right-hand corner. Flash just doing a fantastic job, and you can see that Shine is just falling apart. He's down to 60 supply. He's not spending any of his money. Where are all of the macro hatches? Where is everything else? Hey, Devil Hope BW, thanks for tuning in as well. Just wanted to let you know, I see you over there in chat, even if I'm busy casting. But oh my gosh, just lines of units coming out across the map. This is insane from Flash. Flash just has too much. There's no way you hold this, even with Dark Swarms, even with Lurkers. This isn't going to be held. Flash just absolutely crushing through. The D-Matrix on the Fire Bat is going to make that live forever. It is absolutely invincible at this point in time. Nidus Canal going down as well, and Flash just, oh my gosh, power overwhelming. This is like the Zerg campaign, but backwards. Turn units flooding in through here. There's still quite a few Lings underneath those swarms, but I mean, there's fire bats. There's so many fire bats from Flash. It's insane. Look at how many fire bats there are. It's absolutely crazy. Gonna be able to push straight in through here to this this main base up here, and Flash just Flash just has so much stuff. It's just stupid. It's just stupid insane how much stuff is here. And there is the GG. Well played by Flash, just annihilating Shine. Shine's macro just kind of falling apart in places.